Hi, welcome to the Aussie Backyard Farmers channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy it, give me a like, comment and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next one. Thank you. Alright, hey guys, we're going to do a gasket replacement on this mower. As you can see, well, you can't see right now because the mower head's up, but just here it's leaking oil, and you can actually see there's a bit of a gap there where the sump gasket seal is. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it apart and we're going to repair it. So I've taken this off the mower deck and I've removed everything that contains all the surroundings. I'm going to find the right bolt now, which I think is a, what's this one here? That's a, so I'm going to say it's a 10mm, which I might actually have in my bag over here. Which has a converter on it. Okay, so we're going to need to find a 10mm socket adapter, which I have here. That's a 10mm right there. And that sits snug in there. Put on our socket, and then over here we've got a 10mm sitting in here, so this needs to be put the other way. And you're not going to be able to see this very well, I apologise, I haven't got my other camera up and running, but we want to, sorry, the other way, my apologies. We want to go righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Which way? Or is this cross third? Might be cross third actually. Shouldn't be. Which way? What am I doing wrong? No, it's not. I was right. And we want to go in a crisscross direction, just so that it releases evenly. Now this will most likely lose a bit of oil. When we take it off, so we're going to want to mop that up as soon as possible if you're on a table that you don't want to get stained. They're all pretty tight until you break that seal, and then they're pretty easy to get undone. Then they become finger tight almost. Just double check I've gotten them all out. It's out. That guy's out. We've got one more left now to do. Not leaking any oil just yet, so that's good. And that one there is released as well. Alright, so that's good. So now we'll just make it nicer. Now what we've got to do is we've just got to take out all these bolts in here. I can't see my socket screwdriver, so I'm just using a flathead, which works perfectly the same, which is more than fine. And we're just gonna, well, it is a bit wobbly, but that's alright, to be expected. And we're just gonna go around and disconnect, take all these bolts out, and then hopefully we'll have to give the case a bit of a tap. Might get a screwdriver in there and just pry it apart, and hopefully we'll get it released. So these are 10 mils. And that's what the bolt there looks like. Just to give you an idea of what we're working with. Okay, I didn't disconnect. My mistake. Thought I was missing one. And I was indeed. Didn't actually let go of that properly. So I'll just come around here. Take this guy out here. It's damn fucking fiddly, this stuff, so it's kind of frustrating to do. Just get those two hard bolts to be able to get your fingers in out first. Just makes the job so much more easier in my opinion. I'll pop this around here, like that. I did drain as much oil as I could out of this, so hopefully I'd like to try and get you up to sun now. I just don't know how. Hang on. Might be able to see something here now. That's another one there, disconnected. I'll finally take this guy out here. That guy's out. And this guy here's now out. Now I don't actually have the gasket seal as of this second, so I will put this mower in a garbage bag with all of its screws put in finger tight, so that when I can go and buy one, this won't become contaminated. So now it's a matter of being able to pull this guy apart while being nice and gentle about it. So we just want to be nice and gentle taking this guy apart. It will come, but it will take some prying to do. And as we can see down here, there's quite a bit of oil leaking out, which was expected. I didn't leave a bolt in here, did I? I don't think I did. Seems not. So yeah, this does take quite a bit of prying out to do, but it will come. I'm trying to mash up the previous gasket too much. If you need to keep it as a guide for what you need to get next time. I haven't got a mower stand for this, so it always makes this job so much harder for me. stands up nicely there. So this guy will come out with just a bit of persuasion. It's already coming out pretty easily. So that's good. And here we go. We just want to be really careful about shit falling out from inside. Shit, something's fallen out and I don't know what it was or where it went to. So as we can see, we've got something here that's holding it in. Just gotta try and release somehow. Stressful this, it's very stressful. Here she comes. There we go. And there she's out. Easy as cheesy. Easy as Japanesey. So I guess there's a flutter valve in here, a little butterfly. Oh jeez, fuck. This is what I mean about having to be knowing where everything goes. I'd say that went on there like that, that's fine. Yeah, dude, that's fine. But there was also another washer in here, which I'd say went on there as well. That's fine there as well then. And I would say that this guy goes on there like that, yeah. And this guy goes on here like that, fine, sweet, too easy. So now we just want to nice and gradually remove this gasket while trying to maintain its original shape, sorry, not space, because that will allow to being able to buy one of similar quality type easily to do. So it's a mess as expected, but that's alright. Now we put those two little seals back in there, so that's good. Having a look inside the mower, inside the actual motor, it's actually very clean. And I'll take you to have a look inside as well in just a second. But I think it's very clean. So as you can see, it looks pretty clean in my opinion. got some writing on the inside there, so that's interesting. So yeah, that's the inside of a mower for those who've never seen it before. Now there is a timing on here, and it'll be interesting to see what the timing is that they have. There's a dot here and there's a red stain on there, so I think that not sure if I'll be able to turn this myself. Ouch. Oh, that's not too good. She's slipping a bit. That could mean the timing went out then. I think I've mistimed this now. Oh jeez. Come on, come. There we go. Alright, timing is now back in spot on. So that's good. And that's at top dead center now. So I'm pleased by both of that now. So that's good. So now what we can do is we can just put this cover back on here like this, and it all should just work perfectly fine, hopefully. You can see inside here there's not really much, well, there's almost no types of problems that I can see of. It all looks spectacularly clean. Having a look at this little feature here, I'd say this guy here is the oil flicker, because you can see when it comes around it flicks up, and when I do that I get little shots of glue put onto my face. So I'd say that that is the oil flicker, and that's what flicks the oil around. So that's an interesting little find. It's always nice to open these up and see what's inside a mower. Oil looks remarkably clean. There doesn't seem to be any sort of residue sitting in the bottom, as you see often with very older mowers. This seems to be a very new mower, in my opinion. Doesn't seem old at all. In fact, it almost looks brand new, but it's not, that's for sure. Now the question is, how did this go on? That, yeah. Yeah, maybe not. No. Okay. Shit. Gotta be careful of that little. We've had to go on like this. Now the question is, how is this guy? It's choking on something. I'm trying to work out what it's choking on. Now I can see anyway, to be honest. No. Can't work it out just yet. Gonna go on now, nice or not? Oh. Oh. There we go. And she seems to be on. Now if we can... Yep, we can turn that with no too much issues. So I'd say it's all good to go inside there. We're going to let the oil sit in there, not move it around too much. I'm going to wipe it off too much because that will dry the motor out. So I'm going to leave the oil in there, in the red. I'll head on down to the hardware store, the Mower store, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, and we will get a new gasket for this bad boy. We'll give it a nice clean up as well over the next few days, and we'll see what happens from there on. So I know this isn't a very good video, and I do really apologise about it. You haven't really seen as much as you could, and I apologise about that, but I'll give you another rundown of what we did. So there were 6 bolts that holds this gasket sump on. This sump, oil sump on. This is the reservoir where all the oil sits when you fill it up. There's a little flicker that goes around inside, and it flicks and sprays all the oil over all the moving components. That keeps it A, cool, and B, lubricated, and also allows any little fine metal shavings to be collected by the glue and to sit on the bottom of the sump. On old mowers, you'll see that this sump here will always have probably half a mil to a mil of just very thick, almost like putty. It'll be very thick and very sticky, and the oil will sit on top of that, and under where that thick gludgy shit, whatever the fuck I'm trying to say, I've just got myself confused. Where that sits, all the oil shavings will sit there and will get collected, and that's how it keeps the oil clean, and that's why you should clean your mower out. You clean your oil out every 50 hours or so, because it takes out that old oil that has all the old metal shavings in it and puts in new oil, and hopefully keeps it clean as well. What happened with this mower was that this gasket, this seal here, as you can see, had just had it and was no longer usable. So I'm going to go to the mower shop sometime in the next few days, and we're going to go and buy a new one of these. Now I'm not too sure how much this costs. I would say it's probably going to cost more than what I would like it to, that's for sure, knowing my luck. But we'll see what they tell us the prices are. Trying to work out how you put this guy back together. think it goes back together like this actually. No. Let's go back together like this then. Something like that. I don't know. I'll take a photo of this properly and we'll be able to use the gasket style on there to be able to fit this. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Anyway guys, that was just a quick video of how to take it apart. I'll do a much better video of cleaning it and also putting it all back together so you can see what I really did. And there's a ton of oil just sitting on the bottom of there, but that's fine. The wood will soak it up and it keeps the table nice and fresh. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Apologise again, wasn't the best quality, but I'll have much better for you next time. Take care. Ciao. Thanks for watching the Aussie Backyard Farmers channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, comment and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next video. Thanks guys, have an amazing day. Bye for now.